Today in my email box, I got a very interesting email with some information from Walthers about a project they've got coming up for a new subscription service. So stay tuned for 1 second and let's take a closer look. I'll be right back. Hello, Model Railroad fans. I would like to take a moment to welcome you to Vintage Road and Rail. And as I said at the outset, I got an interesting email from Walthers. Seems like I get something from them every single day, but this one I actually found rather interesting, and you can probably already see it up here on the screen, and you may have gotten an email similar, but it's a subscription service that they're going to be starting up in November that's designed to kind of break people into the world of model railroading. Um, a lot of people have the perception that it's difficult to get into, and maybe it's difficult to actually do. And so that's kind of something that Walthers is wanting to tackle with this initiative called Build-A-World. Modeling kit is what it is. So we're going to go over that here in just a second. And I was just making sure there wasn't nothing in the email that I got that I needed to go over real quick. But basically, the email gave a little bit of a breakdown about what to expect with the Build-A-World modeling kit. But just some of the highlights is they're wanting to make it easy. They've got 3 themes that you can pick, and they've built this in such a way that if you have limited space, you should be okay. And it's designed to kind of, to help you build some confidence and teach you some skills. And also it's to let you know that model railroading doesn't have to be expensive, and really it doesn't. And of course, with this coming up on Christmas time soon, they pitch it as a unique gift idea, which after looking at the website, I think it probably would be. So a couple of months ago, I was actually looking to do a diorama. I had named it Dirt Poor, because I had very loosely based it off of a scene I had saw in the movie's Tremors. And I had done a video about the plan I was going to do to build this diorama on like a 8x10 picture frame. But I kind of tabled that because I had a lot of other things going on, and I really just didn't have everything that I needed beyond, the base and the structures and stuff like that. But I didn't have anything else, paint, brushes, whatever. And so that's one of the things that Walthers is going to try to tackle here. So I've got the website up, and you can see up here the link it's got, but I got a little bit different link in my email, so I will post that down in the description below. And also I'll put a card up here if you want to see my video on Dirt Poor. I think I would like to circle back around to that at some point. All right, so right here we got introducing all new HO series modeling kits, and it's monthly kits filled with the materials and instructions you need to build a miniature world. Now there's a video here, there's 2 of them. There's one here and there's one at the very bottom of this screen. I'm not going to bother playing those. Click on that link in the description if you want to check those out. They're, I think, about a minute each, and I think it's worth giving a quick look and watching those. So this will kind of give you the highlights. So right here it says easy, convenient, and it's going to be delivered straight to your door. Walthers Build-A-World is going to be a 6-month program with a kit delivered each month, taking you from start to finish on creating your own 12-inch by 24-inch diorama. Not only will you receive supplies and instructions, you'll also have access to easy step-by-step videos created by the experts. So this is going to be a monthly thing, kind of like a 6-month magazine subscription. You get your magazine in the mail, or Eagle Moss is a company I've done before where I get these little Star Trek models in the mail until I just got tired of paying for them all the time. But yeah, it's just something that's going to come to your door, and then you can start building this out. So anyway, So we've got some custom themes, so you can choose from a number of theme programs, including rural and urban scenes. Choose the one that's right for you. And we'll find out in a minute there's actually 3 of these, and we're going to look at those in a little bit more detail here in just a few seconds, or a few moments, I should say. And this next one, I had to look this up because I didn't know what this was. It said learn new STEAM skills. Build-A-World kits are not only fun, they teach valuable skills based on the STEAM principles. I had no idea what that was and took me a minute to figure it out. Thankfully, the video at the bottom told me. That was how, you can see it all the way down here. That's how I ultimately found out. Because when I kept looking up on Google STEAM principles, it told me how steam engines work and stuff. So anyway, STEAM is basically an acronym for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And so those are all things that you're going to be able to use to some degree or another in building out these kits. And here it says great for gift giving. So kids 14 to 94, not much of a kid, but we're still kid at heart, I guess, will be excited to know they'll receive a gift that's not only entertaining, but encourages creativity and imagination. All right, so it's probably not going to be the cheapest gift, but we'll take a look at the pricing in a few moments. They do kind of give you a couple different options to make it easy for you. So how it works, so basically you select a series, and like I just said about the payment, choose a payment method. There's a one-time payment or monthly installments, and then it just says start building. Learn new skills each month as you create and build. All right, so we're going to choose, you got to choose, if I can talk, choose from 3 popular themes. So we have Main Street, USA, American Farmstead, and Northwoods Retreat. We're going to come back up to this in just a moment and take a look, but let's kind of read through what's included, and then we can go up here and get a little bit more detail about each of these kits, because what's included gives you the general overview of what you're going to get in one of your kits, but this is going to be a bit more specific as what you're going to get with each individual kit. All right, so what's included? Each Walthers Build-A-World modeling kit program includes 6 projects designed to teach new skills used in the creation of model railroads and miniature worlds. From laying track and ballast to the creation of rock structures and water features to building structures and landscaping, each kit builds on the learning of the previous to contribute to the creation of a final 12-inch by 24-inch diorama, or 1 foot by 2 foot, which is suitable for display. All right, so you can see here, this is the base, and you can see these kids here, they're putting down the cork road bed and the track. And all right, so next we are going to receive the tools and materials needed to complete your project, from paints and brushes to knives, glue, and grading tools. Your toolbox will be used throughout the program to help you finish your creation. And here's some of the tools you're going to get right here. You can see knives and brushes, paints, and so forth. All right, and we also will have easy to follow and clearly explained how-to videos, expertly led by accomplished modelers and made available exclusively to Build-A-World subscribers, along with detailed printed instructions that walk you through each project. And here you can see they're using a phone to watch those videos, which is really nice because you can have that going while you're doing your diorama. All right, and it says get connected, build connections while building your world. Walthers Build-A-World program is a great team activity for school groups, 4-H, scout troops, hobby shop activity days, model railroad clubs, which is something I'm going to bring up to my railroad club. I don't know that we have a lot of youth members. A lot of the guys there are a bit more seasoned, but it still might be worth doing, or looking into at least, or any other group. Move away from the electronics and let your creativity soar. How will you make your diorama unique, or how will you make your diorama unique? So, and that's pretty much the end of the overview. And I think this is really great. It can introduce people to the hobby of model railroading, but really anything that, model kit building, even, like plastic model kits, shows you how to build a diorama, and you can apply those skills to anything. All right, so let's go up here, and now let's look at each of these individually. All right, so we won't bother reading this part here because it talks about that in a bit more detail. I think it actually says this verbatim in the next screen. All right, so let's skip right on through here. So we're going to start with Main Street, USA. All right, so we have Main Street, USA, and this is actually really nice. I like that. It says the term Main Street has had a variety of meanings over the years. This was a much desired location for businesses, primarily due to a high rate of customer traffic. Our Main Street, USA series is an adventure in turning back the calendar to the days of grandfather's youth. From a coffee shop to a row of classic retail buildings, this piece of Americana introduces you to the art of modeling miniature world by exploring the structures, scenery, roads, landscaping, and railroads that are the foundation of the small towns across America that form the backbone of this great country. And I couldn't agree with that more. And so here is the finished product of this diorama. So this is what you would expect to build out. All right, so let's take a look at Kit 1. Now, I'm going to read this time, but Kit 1 is going to be the same for all three kits. So we'll look at this the first time, and we'll skip over that going forward because this doesn't change, whereas the other 5 are a bit more specific to the kit you're looking at. All right, so it says base prep and track laying. So the skills you're going to learn the correct way to prepare your base with an undercoat. Plan and create a track bed by laying down cork strips and adding the railroad track. Your first kit includes a treasure trove of tools and materials that will be utilized throughout the creation of your 6 projects in addition to the materials needed for your first project. Excuse me. All right, so your kit's going to include your base, which is going to be 12 inches by 24 inches, and it's basically going to be a 2-inch thick piece of foam. You're going to have a 24-inch length of Walthers track, cork road bed, and ballast. So that you can see back here, this is going to be your base, and up here is your road bed and track and ballast. So the tools you're going to get a hobby knife, sprue cutter, straight tweezers, a plastic spatula, 2 of them, pipette by 2, you'll get 2 of those, 3-pack of paint brushes, a 4-pack of foam brushes, a matte medium, acrylic modeling paints, you'll get 5 different ones, plastic cement, white glue, sanding stick, finishing paint, and some foam putty. All right, so let's now take a look here at, get this centered up a bit so we can see hopefully everything. We'll cut off the top of their heads, how about that? All right, so kit 2. All right, so this is where things get a bit more specific. I imagine that overall what you're going to learn is going to be the same, but you get different kits and for each one. So you're going to learn how to paint and assemble a basic structure, and this is going to come with the Perfect Perk coffee shop, which is this guy right here. And kit 3 is structure building skills taught. It's going to be tackle a more complex structure, including tips on making perfect seams and detailing. When you're ready, our pro tips will show you enhanced methods to take your model even further. So you're going to get that Merchant's Row kit, which is a row of, I believe it's 5 shops. And you're going to get a little pin vise and a drill bit. Looks like a 2-pack, so I don't know if it comes with a couple of different bits. All right, and so for kit 4, we're going to do some paving and landscaping. So we're going to map out and use plaster to make alleys, learn to cut a shallow ditch from foam and to contour it with foam putty, create a scenery base by painting the undercoat, and the items you're going to receive in this one is you're going to get a roads and paving kit and the undercoat. All right, so we'll continue with basic scenery in kit 5. So you're going to be adding a layer of ground cover, making and planting trees, and let's see, and what you're going to get, let's see, making and planting trees from armatures and foliage. I went looking down the wrong area. So your kit's going to contain tree armatures, medium green leaves, green grass, weeds, and grass tufts. And the final kit is going to be detailing and finishing. So you're going to be adding the fine details and creating mini scenes, building small detail kits, finishing the edges for displaying. So this kit will include garbage cans, recycling bins, parking meters, pedestrian sets, picnic tables, a UPS delivery van, and food truck. All right, so now here's where it gets down to the nitty gritty. This is your payments. So you can do one payment, basically $400 for the 6 shipments, or you can break it up to where that your first one is going to be $95 and the others will be $65 each, and that will take care of it. So when I added that up, it was roughly about a $20 difference. So whichever one works for you. So anyway, so let's go back and take a look at the other two. And we'll try to skip through these a little bit faster because I'm already about 15 minutes on here. And like I said, I think most of it's going to be the same except the differences of what you get. All right, so we'll click more. And this is what you get. So it basically looks very similar. You have your 1 foot by 2 foot foam base, but you can see that you have the track in the back there. And this is going to be identical. And basically, the steps are going to be the same, what you're taught. For instance, like this last one was detailing and finishing. So let's just cover what's going to be different in each kit, because what you're learning is going to be the same across all 3. So kit 1, again, that's going to be the same as for all the others, but kit 2 for this one, oh, and that's the American farmstead. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that before. All right, so you're going to get undercoat, blended earth, and static grass flocking. In kit 3, you're going to get the Lancaster farmhouse, which is this guy right here. Kit 4, you're going to get the Meadowhead barn and the concrete style silo, so that'll be those 2. And kit 5, you're going to get tree armatures, scraper, gravel road kit, coarse turf, yellow grass and earth, and weeds. We need more weeds. I spend a lot of time in my yard getting rid of weeds. Last kit 6 is going to have a tractor, farmhouse animals and farmer figures, a paddock fence, doghouse kit, and dark clump foliage. And I'm kicking around I'm thinking about doing all 3 of them, but I've got a little HO outhouse that I have thought about sticking up somewhere right here on this kit when I'm finishing it up, just so the farmer, when he's out here working on stuff, ain't got to run all the way back to the house to go to the John. But anyway, just something I was thinking when I looked at this. All right, so let's go back to the final one, which is Northwoods Retreat. And let's click on Learn More. And let's click again. There we go. And this one has the same basic layout, but the diorama is a little bit different in the sense that the track is on a like on a little cliff, little elevation, maybe about twice as high as your typical house, so like about a 2.5, maybe 3-story height. So I think it looks pretty good, and you get a little pond and everything. So this is Northwoods Retreat, and again, kit 1 is the same. And let's go over the details that you're going to get, or the actual items. So with this one, you're going to get rock molds, earth color kits, and casting plaster. Then for 3, you're going to get water kit and ready grass. Excuse me, I tried to cover my mic, so I hope that wasn't too loud. Kit 4, you're going to get the company house and a single car garage. So that's going to be right here. In kit 5, you're going to get tree armatures, medium green leaves, weeds, we'll get them weeds again, and green grass, coarse turf that's light green, and pine trees. And in the final kit, it's basically going to have a backyard barbecue scene, a shoreline pier, let's see, cattails and dark clump foliage, gravel road kit, and a scraper. And that will complete this scene. And certainly with all of these kits you can add to it, like I could just see a pickup truck there. And since it has a barbecue scene, maybe you have a couple of people over, you can add some more figures. Whatever, maybe you can put a little boat in here, a couple people off fishing. And certainly these will be great to display, any locomotives or rolling stock, or if you want to just take some pictures of your stuff, your locomotives, it would be a good way to do that. So I'm actually going to do one of these kits, I'm trying to decide which of them I'm going to go with. Part of me really wants to do Main Street USA, but the others look really good too. So as soon as November 1st hits, I'm going to sign up for one. I think I'm going to do the subscription plan, and they will start shipping out according to the website. And I think the email said this as well. Yeah, orders. Let's see. Here we go. Holiday orders placed from November 1st to December 31st will ship beginning on January 5th, 2022. Orders placed after January 5th or January 1st rather, will be shipped within 7 business days of your order, and they'll come around about that same time each month. So I'm actually going to do one of these, and I think I'm going to do a video series on these. When I first get one in, I'm going to do like an unboxing, and then just kind of do a video on the progress that I do as I put one of these together for each of the kits. And if I enjoy it, I think I'll do all 3 and just make that a video series for the next year or better. And who knows, if this is successful, maybe Walthers will do some more. You know, maybe next year do another series of 3, just to kind of keep it going. So if you can do it, give one a try. See what you think of it. Certainly, if you're a member of a model railroad club, you know, bring it up to their attention. It might be something that they might want to do to get new members or some youth involved, or just something, you know, that the club in itself could uh, do so that they could display that like at train shows or open house events or such. So, okay. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a video on that because I was pretty excited when I saw this, because it's interesting that this morning I was thinking about that diorama and how I just kind of set it on the back burner, and then this popped up, and so this was perfect. I think I really looking forward to doing this. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and put down in the comments which one you think I should do. I'm curious as to what you might think. And if you're interested in doing one of these, which one would you want to do? But anyway, that concludes this video. Make sure and hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoyed it, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I put another video up. And again, comment. I love comments, so I like reading them and I try to respond to them. So anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of this video on the Walthers Build-A-World modeling kit. So thank you very much for joining me, and happy model railroading. Take care.